Oh, he came back just in time, or he came in just in time. How we doing, Fat Beans? I hope you're doing well. So, for those of you who don't know, Fat Beans Coffee Lab is the one that I ordered these roasts through. We got a nice, cute little bag here that he sent me with these beans. So we're gonna hit up this Ethiopian bean first. I only poured myself a little bit. That way it can cool down. That way I don't, burn the tongue and everything. And I can actually get a good taste out of it. When he does his little taste test stuff, when he's doing things, he usually uses a spoon, but I'm not that sophisticated. This being the first one and all, I'm super excited to try out these. I've got a little sample of what these beans look like, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it or not, so I will move the camera instead. But we've got a nice little roast here. Preparation method, I had my grinder that I used, and I'm not that fancy yet. The grinder that I just bought when I wanted to do this, it's used in my coffee pot maker, my bun. So it's nothing too fancy like you do on your stuff. I imagine as I progress through this, we will get further into the different techniques and everything, kind of like you do on your roast streams. But for this being the first one and everything, it's just, basics. Grinding up some coffee and then putting it through my bun coffee maker. But I'm really looking forward to this. As I don't know how well you guys can see that. I took that off of their website. You love it. Well, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. And for those of you, I might get a little bit of, but I want to shout out our good friends over at the Fat Beans Coffee Lab. So I'm going to get his, well, I guess I could, well, I don't have the shout out thing, so give me 1 second. So we're going to go here, do that. And our boy over at Fat Beans Coffee Lab does live roasts. And he actually, if you look at the one from the other day, not the last one he did on Monday, but the one he did on Friday, is when he was actually roasting these beans. I've watched the whole thing like twice. It's really cool. I'm really all about it. But let's go for it. That's really good. Start out, the smell when I was pouring over it was delicious. I was literally like, my mouth was watering and everything while it was brewing, and it just smells incredible. The taste is a lot different than I'm used to, but not in a bad way. It's a lot lighter. Obviously, it's a lighter roast, so it's not going to be as bitter. At least from my 4 or 5 different coffee tastes that I've had. Based off of, because I'm typically just like a Maxwell House kind of guy. It's a coffee I always drank when I was growing up. It's a coffee I drink at work. It's a coffee I drink now. So, and it's always like a darker roast that I'd get, just because it's what I've always drank. It's what I've always known. So, trying to extend my palate, it's not nearly as bitter as the coffee that I normally drink. You can definitely taste the honey in it, like the honey sweetness that it talks about. But that is a very good brew. And because it talks about, hold on, let me get this picture up. Just because I want to accurately describe everything. Africa's a real change of pace. Absolutely. It's a nice change of pace for sure. I apologize that my descriptions of the coffee aren't very good at this moment, but we will extend upon that as the time goes. This being the first one, obviously, I'm not going to be as good at it as I normally, or not normally am, but yeah, it talks about honey sweetness, notes of peach and apricot, which I can kind of get at as well. I haven't experienced the taste of apricot a lot in my life, as I'm not very, excuse me, as I'm not very, like, adverse in that kind of stuff. I was always, when we were growing up, I was never very keen on that kind of things. But the peach and the little bit of sweetness along with the acidity is a very nice compliment. I like it a lot, and I will definitely be drinking a lot of this as the week goes on. It's really good. Definitely a nice change of pace. I'm for sure looking forward to the darker brews. But yeah, like I said, I can't thank Fat Bean Brewery enough. Or Coffee Lab, sorry. Fat Bean Coffee Lab enough. They do a wonderful job. I got all of my beans in a very fast time. And I got this cool little sticker that I'm going to put on my coffee pot. Because it's cool, and I like it. But yeah, I appreciate that very much, and I'm going to go get a full cup of this. That way it can stay warmer longer. Hey, I'm always, it's like I said, I've got a thing for coffee. I've always had a thing for coffee to the point where it is currently 10 o'clock at night at my house, and I'm going to drink an entire pot of coffee, and I will sleep very well tonight. But yeah, next week I've got 2 more other types of beans. I really wish you would have had all of them in stock. I would have probably bought them all from you, Fat Bean. But yeah, it's I've got a medium dark roast he talked about, and that's my style. That's my style, absolutely. He's got a medium dark roast and then a dark roast. One of them's Indonesian, I think, and I forget exactly what the third one is. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So we're going to go back to the coffee break, and then I'm going to fill back up my cup, and then we will get back to Dark Souls.